Let me get this tweeted out so everybody join in here. 1 second. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. Well, happy Tuesday. It's kind of like Monday today, so I hope everybody had a great trading day today. And today we're going to be, this is kind of a short week this week, right? We've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so we've got 3 days this week to chat about topics. So I figured a good topic this week would be day trading the news. We've done some series on this in the past, and but I thought this is a kind of a good week to talk about it, right? We've got kind of a big day tomorrow, right? So it's possible we could get some news events to get things going. And today we're going to be talking about special candles. Before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off in the market today, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what they're up to or down to here this evening. And then we're going to go over the topic, and then we'll take questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX up 30 points today, right? We're back over the upper Bollinger Band here on the monthly chart, still a green month. Weekly chart, getting tight in here, right? Double inside week so far, double Harami too. So real body contained with real body contained with real body. So things are getting tight right here, right? So looking for some sort of move coming out of this coming soon. So we'll see if there's any news events that gets things going. In the meantime, bullish wave count still in play, right? So we've got this 1, 2, 3, 4 that we talked about last night. We started to push up. We got over the 80 MA. We're back in the channel here, so that's nice. We didn't have much volume on SPY today, but we're still going to go with the count until proven otherwise. If we break down below this candle right here on Friday's candle, watch out, right? We might test the geometric line right here, possibly the 50-day moving average, and then we'll see where we go from there. So that's definitely going to be on the radar. Let's take a look at the intraday price action here today. So today was kind of a generally choppy day. So one of the big things that we'll take a look at in the futures right here, we're looking for the gap fade. Now we didn't have a gap above the prior range here today on SPX. We ended up kind of gapping in yesterday's range. So we got a little bit of a push to the open, but for the most part, we were looking for the fade, which you can see kind of happened right here on the SPX. Right then, we had a little bit of a to be reversal, right? And then a following hammer, and then we held the 80 MA up a little bit. Really couldn't get over the 15 orb range today. So let's take a look here. Again, here's our levels that we provide to our members before each market open. But again, the S&P futures, right? So this is one of the our guiding tools that we use throughout the day to help us. And we also trade the futures and also helps us trade SPY, right? So our game plan going into today was the gap fade, right? So that's we basically used Friday's high as the level because Monday, it's kind of a half day. Kind of blah, it was kind of blended in with the value area range yesterday. So that point of control, this signal zone was important also, tag right here. But one of the key levels that we talked about is we couldn't fade the gap early, right? We'd look for a gap and go, but we did fade the gap, and then we waited for because we still held up pretty strong, we waited for an later in the day push to the upside, and that's what we got. That was part of our game plan today, and it played out really nicely. So far we got a good push here on the futures here this evening. So we're gonna see how they hold going into tonight. Let me get a geometric line on this for going into tonight. So we'll see how this holds. But generally, it seems to be okay. So we'll see if this trend continues and if that impulsive wave up on the SPX ends up materializing and working its way out. So we'll see how we go from there. So good stuff. So let's get to the topic here today. So like I said, we're going to be talking about day trading the news. So we got a couple cool topics on this one. But today, I just want to talk about special candles. Right. So a lot of times when news events happen, sometimes it's so fast you can't do anything. We're going to except go for the reversal. We're actually going to be talking about that a little bit more tomorrow. But sometimes the news sets up and it gives us an opportunity to get in, and one of the special candles that we like to look at are outside candles, right? So you can see right here we have the yellow candles right here are inside candles, but also candles that we like to look at are outside candles. So this is a great example right here. An outside candle is one that pushes its way up over the prior candle, but then also extends down past it. So it basically said, nope, I don't want to go to the upside, I want to go to the downside. These can be very, very powerful candles, especially when they come along with news. We see it a lot. Haven't had a lot of huge news events recently, but there's been a couple ones. Like a lot of times you'll see something like Lemonade, right? So this is one where Citron came out the other day and basically was saying that they were looking to short it, right? So we saw a couple interesting candles on this one. On the day where it was mentioned, right? So if we take a look at Lemonade, one of the things that we could see is a couple days ago we saw this big push down right here. So this is where they were talking about shorting it, and we did see a nice move right here. This made it tough for an entry on it, but if you go to the 5-minute chart and this is here, right? So one of the things that we could look for is just that, but we didn't have it, but we did see another push down later on it. So so if we go back to the 15-minute chart here, right, we can see we got a nice outside candle right here off of the double inside candle. Give me 1 second. Let's zoomed out of that here. So this is actually an outside candle right here. So we had a double inside candle, and then we had the outside candle. We kind of took those out, and then that pushed to the downside and gave some more follow through into the end of the day. Another one that I wanted to point out too, it's tough into earnings, right? I mean, you can kind of look at Netflix, stuff like that. But another one, of course, the S&P futures. We haven't seen any really major news coming out recently. One of the ones that, of course, that we saw was when we had the all the drama in DC, right? And so so that was kind of a big deal too. And that was back on the 6th. And before that, let's kind of zoom back here a little bit. Let me go back here for you. Here. Let's go back here. There we go. So where were we? So here on the 6th. Okay, so you can see right here as when things started to happen over there, we got this candle right here. We had a big upper shadow. It was off of our one of our key signal zones. Right? This is a very, very important area, and that kind of gave us the signal that things were looking going to start to move. Right, so you can see that off of this level right here. We started to get tight, and then we got the inside candle, and we pushed down. So the inside candles can really help too to show that things are compressing and getting ready to move, especially on a news event. Other than that, there hasn't been too much major stuff recently. There's been some things. But we're going to talk about that a little more this week, again, using option flow, things like that. But very, very powerful stuff. And so when news events happen, if you can catch one of those on the 15-minute chart and sometimes on the 5-minute chart, when you can hear that news coming out or you see the headlines coming out, oftentimes it can lead to a good entry. The only thing that I caution is if it's too big, right? If the ATR, right, if you got a huge candle like this, sometimes they're tough to chase, right? But it depends what the news is and it depends what the volume is, right? If you get those big volume on those candles, on those outside candles, sometimes it can lead to a big move. So good stuff. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. And at this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to play those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So let me get the daily chart pulled up here. I didn't see anything in emails from Shirley, so hope she's doing well if she's catching this recording. But Michael, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at PLTR. Yeah, nice dip by at the open too. This is one we talked about last night with Paul. Again, talking about this kind of triangle type move. Got really tight and we're kind of gearing up for it. It was kind of our bullish radar. It had a nice, good relative strength at the open, and then had a good dip by there too, and a nice little scoop there at the open as well. So good find on that one. Let's see how it goes again. Still tight on that one. And BB, I know, goodness gracious, this BB, keeping on going. Still drifting up after hours here, but again, daily chart, super duper strong. Good candle right here, rough pullback, and then a quick professional gap up here today to squeeze out those shorts from Friday on BB. Good stuff there. To the moon, right? So there we go. So moonshot innovation. I love it. So a little tick up after hours on that one. BE, again, very strong sector here as well. Hydrogen names. Again, nice push up on that one off the ADMA. And then AMC, got a lot of questions about this one yesterday. We never got to it. But it did get some, let's take a look. It did start to push up a little bit after hours, and wow, it started to gap up here this morning. It's interesting. A lot of comments on this one yesterday. We just didn't get a chance to look at it, but nice follow through to the upside on AMC. I guess, what was the news? Was there any news on this one? Oh, yeah, I guess they're doing more cash, aka more debt. So anyway, so all good. I guess they're just trying to stay in business here since nobody's going to movie theaters these days. But apparently Netflix is doing well now that they're after their last earnings. So ABI, yeah. So again, Albertsons, an interesting move on that one here. I like the outside candle on this one here off of the ADMA. So let's see if I can push to the upside. So good stuff. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. Mark, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, let's take a look at Apple. So big thing with Apple, right, is it's still holding trend, right? So our macro trend line here is still up. We are below the short-term trend right now. We're below the ADMA, so we've got to be a little bit cautious right here. But if we can show some strength, maybe we'll tag that trend line and start to work our way up and maybe get a little bit of an earnings run on Apple. So that could be interesting as well. Zynga, the nest. Let's take a look. So Zynga, again, inside day. Still kind of getting tight here in this potential bull flag. So just wait. Maybe it'll take the inside day up and get some movement to the upside. XONE, yeah, big one on this one. Big candle today. Good push. I don't even, this is a good one too. So a nice little doji sandwich up on XONE. iRobot. Let's take a look. Yeah, iRobot kind of hanging in there. Not quite an outside day here, but I do like how it closed over that last resistance level. So let's see if we can get some upside there. And then GoGo. Wake me up before you go with the Evening Star reversal, right? Here's your evening star confirmation candle right here. So it's pulling back a little bit. So watch out for that one. It is holding the ADMA, but a lot of times morning star reversals, evening star reversals do like to retrace before pushing their way down. So a little bit of caution off of that one. So Michael, you got some rippers out there. Got ACRS. Let's take a look. Woohoo! Another big one on that one. Incredible stuff right there. GRTS. Let's take a look. Gritstone. Look at that thing. Woohoo! What a day on Grit. Incredible stuff. Good finds on that one. Sens. Another huge one. Incredible stuff. Jivo. Again, millions made today on this stuff. Incredible. Great candles on that. Great stuff. Cameron, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, let's take a look at Vale. Yeah, so Vale, looking a little rough right here. Watch out. It could be a possible pause candle to work its way down. Again, it's an ADR, so watch it, it's how it trades. A little bit tricky on that. Nice little dip by here today, but still below the ADMA, right? So tough to be super duper bullish on it, but let's see if it holds. And then AGNC, let's take a look. Yeah, looking pretty decent right here. So again, really just kind of top, kind of holding these geometric lines, right? So kind of range bound. Looks like it's trying. You got earnings coming up on it, so see if it can work its way up out of those levels. So good stuff there. Roy, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look at BLNK. Yeah, so BLNK hanging in there, right? It's up after hours, so it's making a nice push there. Let's see if we can get over the ADMA and show us some relative strength on this one today. We're going in tomorrow. That would be nice. And then Fubo. How we doing on Fubo? Okay, so we haven't got to this gap yet. We got close after you asked about it a week ago or so. Now it's below the ADMA, so the next level right here is this gap and the 50 days. So let's see if that holds right there and if it's ready to push its way up. Great stuff. Rosalind, what's going on? T-Doc. Yeah, I don't want to talk about T-Doc. Anyway, so I meant MU. So anyway, but T-Doc, a good push up here. Held off the ADMA here again. It doesn't trigger until it closes below these levels, but we'll see how it goes right here again. It's it could be working on a bull flag on T-Doc. ARK investing always getting better. I love it. Anyway, FSOY, let's take a look. FSOY, nice push on FSOY today. A great job on this one, and really love this push here. Again, it had some relative strength at the open. It kind of consolidated a little bit, and then you got this nice volume coming in on this 15-minute candle right here over the 15-orb high. Quick retrace right here to the ADMA, and then Kapowie on that one. That was a great move today, and it looks like it's drifting up a little bit after hours too. So I also like Zoom going into today, so it likes to move in tandem with Zoom, which is nice. Baba, again, big push on this one today, really until the end of the day. It was kind of on our radar this morning, but Facebook ended up being the play of the day, which you're asking about right here. So you have your inside day. We gapped over the inside day. We came down. We tagged it. We bounced off the inside day and gave a big push today, squeezing out those shorts. Again, that gap this morning was kind of like the telltale. That's why we put it in the bubble report today. And then FCell, again, nice bounce on FCell, right? So a good morning start reversal pattern. So we have our green candle right here, red candle with a real body below this real body, and this one over 50% of the range of the first candle, right? So if it's not a true downtrend, but it's a short downtrend, and it is holding the ADMA, so look for a potential push there. Maybe for an earnings run would be great. So good stuff there. Alessandro, what's going on? Good to see you. Any chance of upside for Frog? Well, if it wants to bounce, right? If it wants to hop its way up, yeah. I mean, there's always a chance on this one. It's got some interesting support levels down here. You got a little bit of a hammer right here, but again, until it gets over that ADMA and shows some volume, come to the upside, right? Right now it's below the 50, it's below the 8, so it's a little bit tough, right? So, but see how it holds these guys right here, all right? That's kind of an interesting support area. So see how that goes for Froggy. So good stuff. Slowly losing hope. I know. Ribbit. Maybe it'll bounce its way up there. ZEK. What's going on? Good to see you. So Oxy. Let's take a look. Yeah. So oil. Again, has been just kind of chopping around here, but gave a great push up the other day. Down move right here, but kind of hanging in there. So see how it handles that doji. Could turn into a potential doji move. So see how that goes right here. X. Again, hanging on to the ADMA on this one, still below that potential falling wedge line. So see how that goes on that one. Oracle. Let's take a look at Oracle, see how that's doing here. So Oracle, again, below the ADMA, kind of been riding that down here off of these upper shadows for a little bit of downside action on that. LI. Lee's Kitchen, Lee's Auto. So again, keep an eye on this one. Very, very nice. Decent close on this one today. Decent breakout candle. It's been a little bit choppier on this one, but if you look at XPEV, really looks like a rising threes method, right? So if this had just closed over that candle right here, you got the three candles contained by the first one. If that one just pushed above that guy right there, would have been a cool setup on that. 70-something%, 74% chance of probability of the upside. But still a decent close on it. So look and see if it gets any upside action. So that one, and ACRS, again, yeah, huge, incredible candle on that one. I'm not sure what the news is. Again, it's a biotech one. I don't trade these ones, but I'm sure they can be fun. So good stuff there. So good, camera PCG. Yeah, so we had some strength in the XLE today. This one didn't really participate very much, but inside day so far, and just below the 50 moving average. So see if we can try to push above there. GG, what's going on? AMC, let's take a look. So AMC again, nice gap, nice push there today, and it's over the 50-day moving average. So good stuff there. CCIV. Inside day between the prior shadows, so a little bit caution of that, and then ARCG, the genomics. So again, still working its way up there. Nice inside day on that one. I'm sure Michael is happy that it's continuing to work its way up. And then Suyak Netflix, I love it. So Netflix right now, let's see how it's doing. Woo! Netflix gapping up after hours here to this 565 area. So one of the things we're going to keep an eye on this one here is if Netflix, if we're gapping kind of in this area right here, we could see a gap and go, but I want to see it get over this. Honestly, I want to see a gap push tomorrow morning above all-time highs. Maybe we'll get some upgrades and then see if we can get a gap and go on it. So that's kind of the key level for us to get above for this thing to really move. Otherwise, it might do a reversal. So definitely something to keep an eye on there. So Vkosh, what's going on? Yeah, so Facebook, again, guys, this huge level we were talking about, right? So it's starting to break down right here at the 200-day moving average. Really, really key trend box level right here. We bounced off of that. We got the inside day, and then boom, a big push up on Facebook today. Definitely on the bullish radar from the bubble report this morning. So good stuff there. And then Run, yes. So some of the solar names finally got a little bit of energy back today, and just kind of hanging out at the ADMA with the inside day. So see if we can push its way up there. Experience and thoughts. What's going on? Good to see you. Long time no see. I hope you're doing great. Thanks for tuning in. Suyag, what's going on? Nokia. Oh boy, you're an investor now. So Nokia, I mean, it's hanging in there, right? Just watch this geometric line. I'd like to see it get over there with some volume, but hang it in there. Tricky little name to trade, but we got that going on. Neo. Let's take a look. Yeah, so Neo kind of rough right here. Let's see if we can push up a little bit. We got an inside day here, so see how it handles those levels going into tomorrow. You got a gap below, right? And you got a closing gap above, so we can see how it handles that there too. Experience and thoughts. I know, GME. Who would have thought, right, a year ago that GameStop would be, what was it? I mean, this thing was a penny stock. $5 stock is trading up at $50. Thanks to the squeeze. So just really incredible stuff, and then everybody starts to get involved in it, giving these big pushes right here. I don't know, keep an eye on it. It could be turned into a doji reversal off that one, and we'll see where it goes from there. And then been shorting the 55 calls last week and short tons of 60 straight calls for this week. Yeah, I mean, let's see. I mean, eventually this thing's gonna pull back, but it has such epic short float that they just keep on getting squeezed out. It keeps on going up, so just a little bit of caution off of those. James, what's going on? I just want to know what Jackie's talking. Exactly, whatever she's talking about. Let's go. Well, YOLO, just the YOLO indicator. I love it. So Andrew Left has something to say on GME. I'm sure he does. Hopefully, squeeze more so you can short some more of the 60 straight calls. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Good stuff. So let's see how it goes right there. So ONDS, let's take a look. So ONDS, yeah, nice push on that one over the ADMA. Still continue to work its way up. I like that in the nest. And then Curie, let's take a look. Curiosity Stream. Oh, I'm curious what pushed that one up. But anyway, so big good move right there. A lot of volume has come in this one recently, and a good candle here today. So pretty cool stuff on that one. It also had a upgrade recently too. So good stuff there. So Michael, Wall Street Bets versus CJ. There you go. So that could be interesting too. And Citron, I love it. So GRTS, let's take a look. Well, look at that thing, Gritstone Oncology. So I think I heard that I heard them announce today at some point here potential COVID-19 vaccine. Are we still doing COVID-19 vaccines? Okay, so that stuff's still moving there. So there you go. So a good push on that. Let's see if we get any upside follow through. It could be an interesting one to keep on the radar going into tomorrow. So, good stuff. Kind of a short session here tonight. Again, just really wanted to kind of touch on it. We've got an interesting week this week. We could see some volatility going into tomorrow. That's really why I wanted to bring up the news topic this week. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. Those candles are really helpful. Tomorrow we're going to look at rubber band techniques, and I think you guys will like that as well. But again, guys, thanks to everybody for tuning in and for the chart requests and the questions. Be sure to, if you're new here, definitely be sure to subscribe on YouTube. And if you're new here or not, please hit the like button. It goes a long way. Really appreciate it. Oh, yeah, UPS. Let's take a look. So UPS, let's take a look. So, yeah, UPS struggling right here. And FedEx was pretty weak here as well. So let's see how these go going into the... I mean, we're still below the 80 man. This one just kind of struggling with those for sure. James, yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, tomorrow should be... Exactly. Let's see what tomorrow does. And yeah, Woody's. Yeah, we can definitely go over Woody's sometime. And Sri, let's take a look. So you've got IPHI. Let's take a look. IPHI, yeah, strong move on this one. Again, nice holding the ADMA. Been riding that one up for a while. Good push here. Let's see if we get some follow through the upside on that one. And then, Yasi, what's going on? CBAT, let's take a look. Yeah, pushing up after hours on this one. Finally, a good green candle on it. Let's see if we can go. Let's see if we can get some volume on it. It's kind of a low name trade, but again, energy name. So let's see if we can get a move. So good stuff there. Great stuff, guys. Again, guys, really appreciate it. Like I said, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe on YouTube. Whether you're new here or not, please hit the like button. It goes a long way. We'll catch you guys bright and early tomorrow morning for the Good Morning Market Prep video on YouTube. And also for our members, we'll see you in the Bubble Report and in the streams. So again, guys, thanks everybody for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hope everybody has an awesome rest of your evening. We'll see you guys in the morning. And until then, stay healthy out there and remember your risk first and stay safe.